Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Um, Hope you guys had a good trading day, especially you guys were in the Discord with us. We had a phenomenal trading day, really, really accurate price marks, really, really good TPs, and then just pretty much staying out of the market for the rest of the day. We have some leaps and stuff like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know that we're live, and we're gonna go ahead and get to it. Um, if you guys did have a good day, again, we'd love to see those gains in the Discord. So feel free to DM those to me. You don't have to make them public, but I always like to see people making their own trades, especially. So, all right. That's not gonna work. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. All right, live here. Perfect. Okay, so sound check. You guys hear me okay? Hopefully. All right, dope. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the news. We're gonna go over recap today's trades, look at tomorrow's economic data, all that good stuff, and then of course we're gonna take your guys' request as we look forward into tomorrow's trading day. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Patty? Nothing much, brother. Just getting ready to run this live real quick. Just was bringing up the other stream on my other phone. Two phones, one for the thirst trap. Jesus Christ. All right, perfect. What's up, toilet talk? Toilet talk. I have to say that out loud. It's always just a pleasure. All right, let's let everybody know we're good. All stock crypto digital will crash. I mean, it's looking that way. You're not wrong right now, for sure. So, all right, folks, let's go ahead and let's recap our trading day, go over some of these top headlines, and then, of course, we will break into the recap. So, if you guys, again, are looking to take notes, if you guys are on TikTok, tap your screen. If you guys are looking to take notes on what we did today, because it's not just important to learn from the bad days, but it is very, very important to learn from the good days, right? The days where we're profitable, the days where we're accurate, the days where price hits our targets, right? That's when we want to recap and be more studying what we did right. So, all right, a couple things here. So the S&P, well, first of all, one out of 11 sectors closed green. Energy 0.13% led, communication services 0.60% lagged. So the S&P down 90.90%, 90%. The Nasdaq 1.45%, Russell 1.41%, the Dow 0.49% as well. I think ADT is pretty good. Well, did you just join here to say that? Because it seems like most of his group is in here right now. Welcome. Hopefully, I can teach you guys something. Anyway, mostly not to trade all day. Anyway, so NAHB data released today wasn't a big surprise. The National Association of Home Builders sentiment came in at 31, and Marks sits at 12 straight month down. AMC traded heavily on stock twists today. AMC announced a $162 million raise. At the time of this writing, AMC is down 8.38% on the day. Also, we saw Cosm absolutely nosedive after ripping from the reverse split. We saw that one, I think, down around 1150. I think it even fell further. But other than that, we saw DWAC trending today, obviously off of that news. And then, of course, yeah, I'm not going to go over the way of the water. We had the excellent trade on Tesla. Now, this is only the beginning of what could be a monumental run up to resistance. I don't care where it goes as long as we make money. But today we're going to go ahead and recap. So get your pens and your pencils. If you guys want to, I don't know, if you guys are in it, then wouldn't you know? Let me see. Uh, Yeah, you guys, he attracts some real nut jobs. So right here, we talked about this morning. We talked about two different levels on Tesla that we wanted to identify on the 4 hour on those higher time frames. And one of those levels was 145, right? So recapping today, right? One of the first things that I did, and this is really the most important whenever we're taking a trade, the most important thing is knowing where you will cut. Now, I know that sounds pretty elementary, but most people say they're going to cut here, but they don't know why. And because they don't know why, that theory changes. We're not going to do that, right? So at 12:02 today, I signaled for a Tesla call, and I used that low, right? And we actually were down on the 3 minute, all the way down on Tesla, and this is after missing, right? Well, we'll call it a miss, but I said that my risk to reward, I didn't really want to take the break from 150. I was also watching other stocks, the break from 150 to 145.75. So as soon as we got that first bounce, right around that key level that we were watching from the higher time frame, right? We get a bounce, we set a stop loss, and then set an ad. So we set two different levels on Tesla. One of them was right here. And the reason that we chose this 147 level, right, is because all candles in the previous bounce were held down by that area. And you can see this first 3 minute candle, the first resistance is 146.62, and then right above that is that 147 mark. We got a candle close above it, right? So you see 146 right there, and there's 147. Candle close above that, and we were well on our way. Now, of course, we took decent size decent expirations on those, so we were able to really sit back and calmly take this trade without having. This is Tesla right now as we speak. Now that's all good and well. One of the reasons that for 145.75 being a higher time frame level, we also have been tracking the potential, right? And again, we don't look at technical patterns as like the guiding light. But what we could see is that this was a dynamic trend line. And sure as shit, as soon as it touched it, right around that 146.75 mark, we bounced. And we bounced hard. Not only did we bounce hard, we got this candle right there. Now, phone call. So anyway, right, we've got this. So it didn't matter if you were watching on the 5 or you were watching on the 3, right? I just happened to catch the bottom because I entered a speculative position and then added. But one of the most important things here is that we set up a hourly candle close back on that point of control, 147.75, and got a nice solid release and retest. And we were accurate as hell on this. This was 153.25. The reason that I picked this, I'm not a genius. It's really simple. 1, 2, right? This is also a fib level, right? So using your auto fib, or if you're just lining up your fibs, that's a fib level as well. So, um, can I do Tesla chart? Yes, I am doing Tesla. How to get rid of the chat on the screen? Go to YouTube. I would recommend going to YouTube so that way you don't have to you don't have to see anything but the chart and hear my voice. Small account right now is pretty much lagging. We were up pretty good. Took a little bit of an L, but the L's not over. Still waiting to see what these contracts bring. We've still got the rest of the week. So I'm watching, waiting, being patient. But I may end up just chalking that one up to, oh, we got plenty of buying power, but that one's currently sitting right around that $200 mark still. So $100 challenge is fine. But due to being a small account, try and pick and choose my plays carefully. So I also have to make money because it's Tesla, or it's Christmas time. It's Tesla time. Hide chat, hold down screen, and clear supply. All right. So again, I want to reread this. I've read it multiple different times, but I'm going to read it one more time because today And I'm gonna read it tomorrow. You're probably gonna get sick of this shit. You might just tell me in the morning that you read it yourself, and that's totally fine. But here's the deal, right? Um, I did have some people, obviously taking profit really early, even on their own trades, being fearful, over analyzing things. Again, after during the entry, right? Volume is important. What happens between you and your target is irrelevant, right? We can spot potential reversals, but at the same time, when I take a trade, it either works or it doesn't, and that has made me profitable over time. So anyway, let's read this excerpt, and then we're going to continue on our way. Those traders who have confidence in their trades, who trust themselves to do what needs to be done without hesitation, that was exactly what we were talking about this morning. And I remember, if you guys were in the Discord, we talked about being calm, waiting, watching, and I was really proud of a lot of you guys for doing exactly that: waiting, watching, not taking any, reactionary trades and reacting properly. They learned to focus on, those who trust themselves to do what needs to be done without hesitations are the ones who become successful. They no longer fear the erratic behavior in the market. They learn to focus on the information that helps them spot opportunities to make profit. That's what we're doing tonight, rather than focusing on the information that reinforces their fears, which happens during the trading day. While this may sound complicated, it boils down to learning to believe that, one, you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. Anything can happen. And three, every moment is unique, meaning every edge and outcome is truly a unique experience. So I can't tell you what's going to happen between my entry and how Tesla, I can't tell you, I couldn't have told you, right? Did I have an idea? Yeah. But I couldn't have told you that Tesla on the volume that we had was just going to scream to the upside. I took the trade at the bottom. That's a very rare thing. Usually we would have like maybe just a little bit more of a build, but we saw an opportunity to add. We added. And then this price action, right? My target was 152. And where did we take profit, folks? 152. We didn't care. And I told you guys, no, I'm not FOMOing, right? Because this right here is where people get trapped. How many wicks? You got 5 minutes. They wick up to 153.40. Right, that previous rejection level, we talked about it, we measured it out, and sure as shit, it ended up pulling back. Now, that brings me obviously to the analysis going into tomorrow. So if you guys are watching Tesla with me tomorrow, here's my thoughts. If we're looking at the hourly, it's very, very simple. We want to get above 153.50. Candle open, doesn't really matter. We need to push and hold above it. And the immediate level to the upside is 156.63. And at this point, I will stick to my 165 price target if we do get a bounce. Now, this just could be a relief bounce, shorts covering. Again, we do have a long weekend, so we'll see if we just end up skidding, right? A lot of the times we're sitting at support, we could end up curling right back over. And so the price target would be just a little bit lower, probably around 145. And so let me just make this clear. Tomorrow, Tesla downside risk to reward does not measure up to something that I would want to trade. If it breaks below 145 or 144.50, then we can go ahead and look at our higher time frame analysis and come up with a plan. Otherwise, my thoughts are only to the upside, right? If you look at the weekly, you look at the daily, we are very oversold. And I could see shorts covering going into the rest of this week. So I needed Tesla to drop a little. Well, we got out of Tesla. So I mean, again, I'm not entirely sure. Again, you make your own call, your own analysis, and if you ever want to send me a chart on the Discord, you're more than welcome to do so. If I have time, I'll check it out. But based on, I could see just a little bit more of a drop. But again, based on my analysis, based on what I have right now, I don't see the risk to reward being as high probability as the upside. Now, today, while the rest of the market fell, Tesla, as it has been doing, has held a open just absolutely just opposite direction. It was moving on its own, and especially in that bounce level. So tomorrow, it's real simple. Moving down here to the lower time frame, upside, I will be looking for a day trading early entry above 152. 152. Okay, it's that simple. Now a candle close above 153.31 and 153.50 could possibly constitute a move back up to 156. That would be 50% of the wedge. That's typically how we trade. That would be right around that 40 to 45% mark. And then just above that would be the 160s. So I would be looking at either A, that 150, that one bottom 156.45, or B, 160.50. We'll see what price action allots. So it's if it's flat tomorrow, that helps too. Yeah, I would actually say. I mean, those of you who are saying that Tesla goes much lower, I am not giving. I'm not telling. I'm telling you what triggers I'm going to abide by. Right. This is my risk management. If you go and you look at higher time frames and you're not zoomed in on the lower time frame, take a look at the weekly. Right. This is the last line before you start actually really bleeding, and you're going to see sub hundreds. So, 150 is kind of that last stand. I don't think we just give that up without a fight. I personally see Tesla possibly giving us a reversal or a bounce or a retest up to 165 and 167. And I stand by that, possibly even higher. We shall see. But that would still be bearish. You would still be in a downtrend. So it very well could just, again, chop and range, but I don't make money making predictions. I make money reacting to the trading plans that I've set up based on my analysis. That's how I make money. I don't make money any other way. Now, it's fun to make predictions, right? And sometimes they can be worth a little jump in here and there, but typically we're gonna keep it kosher. I get you guys a bit more zoomed in here. Oh, someone's not happy. Okay. So really quickly, so Tesla trade went great, obviously. Tomorrow we'll be watching it. Tomorrow as well, Tuesday, we got building permits and housing starts at 8:30, and that's it. No more economic data. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. If you guys have any other questions on Tesla, I mean it. You're not, and I told you guys in the Discord, if you're in the Discord, I don't care if you're a free member. If you ask me a question and I don't get back to you, I'm not ignoring you. I've got problems. No, I'm just kidding. I have, I get distracted, or I'm just, I do get a massive amount of DMs. So if you want to just send an exclamation mark, if I miss the message and 3 hours goes by, mind you, if it's in the middle of the night, I might be sleeping. But please ask me these questions. That way I can answer them. Still waiting for, and then nothing. Highlight that DM again. Yeah, if it's from December 2nd, that's probably lost. Okay. Yeah, for sure. All right. So tomorrow, watch list. Tesla, obviously probably number one there. Netflix. So this one still looks pretty bearish, excuse me. Still looks pretty bearish. I am gonna stick to my guns on this one and continue to hold. Today we had how many times? By the way, if you did hold today, regardless, right, of the price action, now I still think that Netflix bounces somewhere, but it is just the most beautiful thing when we have clear levels, and we do right here. So this is currently where our hedge or our cut, we just get out. But we hit that bottom again, that low again, that's 286.85. I have Netflix going a good deal, or excuse me, a good bit lower, but this is close to that PT. And this could be, like we talked about, support. And so if you are in long, For me, there is no hesitating. There is only abiding by the stop loss above 293.75. Expect for a potential gap fill, and then a third run up to possibly the 340s. And again, this relies on probably Christmas market. I'm giving you guys both sides of the coin. To the downside, I would like to see 284.64, 284.64 in order to get a leg down into the 270s. So yes. Also bear flag on the daily, but I'm typically not relying too much on those things. I do focus on more like mathematical things that I can measure, like this, like the standard deviation channel. This one has given me beautiful targets, as you guys in the Discord well know. So right now, um, yeah, I've got 280 on the I'm holding this contract until it hits support. I've decided. Yeah, it that's where it goes. So whenever it hits support, I'll take profit. But right now, very bearish. I just hate when we have big fat gaps up to the upside. So um, I could see a Santa Claus rally. It is not too late for a Santa Claus rally to happen, and it could be this week. It could be maybe running, but we have a 3 day weekend or a 3 day. We have a bank holiday on Monday, so that is something to consider. This week or this Friday, will investors have enough confidence to buy and hold over a 3 day weekend and then running into Christmas? So that's my thoughts on it at the moment. Typically, that 3 day weekend can make people pretty nervous. Yeah, make sure to tap your screen if you guys are here on TikTok with me. All right. So other than Netflix, I've got Amazon. The small account is still rocking in that one right now. We've got no floor, right? So we were talking about the potential to bounce. Um, Currently, the only target that I have is 82.65. I think tomorrow, 82.50 is the most probable target to the downside if we do continue trending down. We did close a candle above, or excuse me, below 86.12, which was the last low. So either A, and that's not the retest level. 88.15 is the retest level, because so we could still potentially afford that retest. But right now I see downside at 82.50, and that's where I will likely look to take profit on that small account trade. So, or roll it out. Probably roll it out. So, market's got to go lower overall, but highest level trade. I agree. I agree. I do think that we were oversold. I think there's a bounce needed. I think today could have been a good indication of that. If you saw Tesla's been kind of leading like the market like a day in advance. Market Tesla dumped, market went up. Then the next day the market dumped, Tesla dumped. Then the next day the market dumped, Tesla sat flat. Then the next day the market sat flat. So um, all right, so that's it for me. I will give you guys more accurate levels, a better brush up tomorrow morning. We'll be live probably pretty early, so you guys are more than welcome to hang out. Probably around 8:15, 8:30. So that's gonna be. I just looked at Tesla. If you want Tesla to go look at the, how can I send you a message with pictures on Discord? Just send the file. Stay posted. I don't know, man. I can't help it. Oh shit. Oh wait, is PotterStocks that fake? The fakes in there? Um, dude, fake PotterStocks, man. Are you the same guy that told me that you were just trying to get a job? Remember, I DM'd you and I was like, hey man, like, is there like anything else in life that you could possibly be doing? Like, maybe if you put all the effort into trading, then you were like, man. And I was like, go ahead and keep like posting all these comments. And you were like, um, Man, I need to make money too. I got a family as well, or something like that, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm blown away. So my live is probably somewhere else, right? He's streaming, double streaming my live. So if that's true, if you're watching this live from PotterStocks 00 with a one, he's he's not real. He's a piece of shit. Dude, just learn how to trade. Quit being a like you are a literal scammer. Like that's closer. Is that better, Adam? Is that what you needed? All right. Oh shit. Okay, let's keep it moving. That's it. That's all I got right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take requests, starting with the YouTube. We're gonna flip flop from TikTok and YouTube. First one I just saw was SMH, which is probably a good one to start with. Semiconductor here. I always like to start if I haven't looked at it in a while. I go to the weekly immediately, and I start mapping. Map. The map. So I like, obviously what I'm doing right now is I'm marking the zone that we need to, if you were bullish, you would want to open a candle above. And that for me is going to be 224.23. You've also got another level that's going to basically, it's already acted. You can see a couple wicks off of it. That's 229. But right here, and I'm going to not just say right here, I'm going to show you why. So pull this across, right? So in order to achieve bullishness, right, I would say 227.50, candle close, candle close, candle close, right? Wicks, 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 candle closes, candle closes. So right there, and then of course the bottom, which is that 224.25, you get a lot of candles. Now why Garrett? Why are you saying this? Why? The reason that I'm pointing this out is because every candle that closes below it, which hasn't been very often, continues to make a new low, right? Every candle that gets above it, right, or gets out of it, makes a new high or continues the uptrend. So I look for those losses of control, right? Control points, looking for points on the chart where buyers or sellers have controlled price action in previous sessions. So what can we tell from this chart is we can see that the majority of the candles are closing at, hold on, majority of the candles are closing at 223.26 or 25. It's obviously a little bit of a control point. The floor that you had while you were trying to build was here, right? And there's no consensus with body candle closes, so I'm going with the wicks. That's 214.10. And as of today, you opened up underneath that. Now, that doesn't complete bearishness. For me, where I can see that sellers have stepped up before in previous sessions is directly below 204 or 205 at 204.91. So we are not out of the woods in terms of potential bounces, but this could be a historical moment to short semiconductor stocks potentially. What you just saw was essentially, in my eyes, a major retest. You broke down with velocity. You've now retested. You've spent weeks, folks, trying to get into this area. At some point, buyers will exhaust themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that below 205 and 204.90, we should see at least 190.75 and potentially new lows for SMH. I believe the last time I charted it, I had a 145 price target for a long haul down. Yuck. If you want to go with a technical pattern, we can do those too. This does look like a potential broadening wedge, but that's fishy, right? This stuff actually, you know what's kind of funny is a lot of the times this will catch people off guard. Whether you're actually shorting, right? People thinking this is just straight up a rejection, or if you're actually trying to go long, people will be like, well, it's still on the trend line. So I say that this confluence at 205.26 between trend and key levels would be a definitive area where I would be looking for continuation of the downside. So, yeah, that's really it right now. Now this does look like it could potentially go range bound, so there's no telling. But yeah, 190. So, noted. Thanks. Awesome. Thanks, Savage Cando. I appreciate your comment earlier. By the way, if you guys are following my TikTok, make sure to go show some love. I do be talking. I really I shouldn't even ask because it's my own fault. But the algorithm's against me. Um, uh, beware, these trading web are scam. You must have got scammed, buddy. All right, so the next one we got is I almost charted GOAT, John Heenan TV. AAPL, everybody's favorite, Appiel. We're going to go to the daily here, and we're going to go to our. Come on, man. I feel like Biden. Come on, man. Listen, if this shit stresses me out. This is fucking cool. And the reason that this is cool is because we I don't trade every stock that I do analysis on, but one day, I promise you, one day I'll have a firm, and they're gonna trade it for me because not gonna miss out on the tons of plays that this has been one of those ones I told you guys below 140.31 candle open, candle close. You would likely go. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times the support. That's that magic number. Now, we're not out of the woods. Standard deviation channel came in hot today. 131.65, maybe just a little bit further at 131. But right there, you see that standard deviation channel giving us beautiful respect. So here's my diagnosis. If you continue trending to the downside, you've got a low at I will say obviously 130 is an obvious bounce level. Obvious bounce level. Oh man, I know somebody who longed to this 135 level. But the 129.50 where I would be watching for a bounce. This is obviously a clear level. Doesn't take a genius to find that one. But what I can tell you is that if Apple breaks, oh shit. There. If Apple breaks back up again, so this was a red zone, right? This is now green. And we're going to lower it down to here. And we're going to say if Apple closes back up above this floor, which is 135, or excuse me, opens, somehow gaps up or bounces back up above 135, just a scenario here, you will go back up, right? And there's no telling. You could consolidate here for a minute. But this is a ton of selling pressure above you. I see Apple and still see Apple. Well, my long-term target is $85. People don't like when I say that shit, but I mean what I say. Nobody thought the Tesla was going to get to 150. But right now, if you step out to the weekly, we're flirting with danger. Okay? Right there. Oops, nope, I'm a little bit off. Right there. Okay, so right now, again, like I said, I would see or be watching for a move down to that 129 mark. But essentially, 127 is one of those big marks. Auto fib, right? We also crossed below that today, but that's the weekly candle. We need to close a weekly candle below this. But my price target long to the downside, at least as a stopping point, would be 125. And that's if we lose the 130s. It's really, really simple. You lose 130, typically with market conditions, you're going to look at the next psychological number as kind of a magnet. So 125, and then obviously we have a confluence there on the chart as well. So 129, yeah, I see that. Yeah, damn, nice. That's good job. That is a wick. So 100%, 129. But anyway, yeah, hourly time frame. Let's see. Yo, that symmetrical triangle, guys, was beautiful. Sheesh. Yeah, man, this is honestly dope because on the lower time frame, you've got such clear levels on Apple. You really do. 132.70, a candle open or candle close should give you 134, and then you see the secondary wall, which would kind of be like a finish line here, and that's going to be 135, 37. So you are a great teacher. I'm so confused. Ask questions. If you're confused, a lot of people don't ask because they feel like it's going to be a dumb question. I know I can be a dick, but that's to other people who are. I'm going to answer your questions. I don't care what it is. Why does my finger twitch when I trade? I don't know. I'm scared. All right. Let's go with the next one on the over here. The amount I've learned from you in the past few months is why I can have the best Christmas ever, bro. Oh, damn, my heart. Hold on. What is the soundboard for these situations? That was supposed to be a kiss, but how about this? Have a good Christmas. I have a question, Garrett. Do you turn on after hours when you're drawing trend lines? Yes, I do. Your Tesla call was on point. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was a good trade. But we got to let it go. It's over. It was a beautiful thing. Flowers aren't beautiful because they last. That's from a movie. I'm sorry. All right. I think it was like a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. Uh, yes, these triangles are bilateral. You need to find the key level below it, and typically that's where you can find your entry. If you need any more elaboration, go to YouTube here. So the next one I've got is SI, Silvergate Capital Corporation. Sounds like a whole bunch of losing money. Silvergate just sounds like. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Let's see. One down. I don't like that, but I do like this because that helps me and gives me math, and I need math right now. Yeah, because that looks like absolute dog crap. Give me a minute. This is not scripted. I mean, kind of, you know? Kind of. So here's the thing, right? You could have confirmation bias on this, and this is typically what wedges do, right? Let's we're going to have a learning moment here because in order to show you, I have to teach you. So this is a wedge right here. So we're going to actually borrow TrendSpider here, or TradingView. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell TrendSpider. We're going to borrow TrendSpider right here. And we're going to do a little bit of recapping. What time frame did I have that on? The daily? All right, and we're going to get rid of all the EMAs. So pay attention here. I'm going to teach you. They're connected with FTX. Oof. That was an accurately, scarily close joke. Pull from the highs down to the lows, right? Now, we're going to go back in time, right? Welcome to the gulag. So what are we doing here, right? We're probably thinking, oh shit, it's going to make me some money. Typically, what these, and this is how you can avoid fake outs. Now, we know that wedges have an incredibly low probability, right? So even just seeing a retest is where, and this is just the shit stick end of trading. But right here, you cannot just go off of patterns. You must Go look back at these historical levels, right? Where SI held, and it's right here at 93.13. Now let's press play, wherever that is. Where's the play button? I'll find it. Okay, we're gonna restart. All right, so how about this? I'm just gonna get rid of it. So boom, right? You get a run back up. You hit the 50% mark right here. That's the 50% mark of this of this zone, right? And that's gonna be 106. So this is what frustrates the shit out of traders when you have a wedge and you're just trading the wedge and not looking at key levels, is that wedge has now extended the shit out of itself. Now, I don't like wedges in general as reversal candles or reversal patterns, but they do typically serve as bouncy or 50% retracement patterns. At this point, if you have a news headline associated with FTX, I would tread lightly. Technical patterns don't mean shit. And oof, God, that was an awful head and shoulders type setup right there. And then you just dumped and you're down to your IPO lows. Yeah, so I think being that you are down towards IPO, around $12 is probably where you're going to see SI just give you a relief bounce. Selling has slowed down. And so really, I don't know how much more carnage could occur here without seeing some sort of relief bounce. And it looks like in the past, the relief bounces have been okay. Um, I'm not sure if this runs with Bitcoin, but this is the best that I can give you. Um, because really this is a shit stock. Just just to be honest with you. I will tell you that SI above 5080 is possibly a decent run. All right, SoFi. All right. I hope nobody has weak stomachs on here. I apologize. Um, maybe we talked. I'm gonna go back to a trend spider here. Okay. So apparently, thank you, past Garrett, because I didn't want to have to do that. 485. I remember what I talked about last time. So we rejected 493. Candle closed underneath 485. So I would say at the moment, nope, we're not doing that. We're going to do this. We're going to find trend. Mamma mia. And then we're going to pull this down. It's 425. I tell you what, this is typically what you do before you continue to bounce or trend kind of like shitty. Right now, I would give you, if I was to place a PT on this right now, I would say SoFi $4 minimum. But below that, if you do continue to drop, this trend is showing $2, and that's basically below that 425. SoFi has been a fucking huge bust, so. Que pasa? What's up? I do remember somebody, we're not going to name any names, but he called SoFi and then I didn't hear from him for a while. And then he popped back up. No, this is Trend Spider. All right, what do I think of ATX or AYTX? Wait. AYTX. Yes, we'll look at it. You guys are going up there. All right, get higher. How many hours does a full-time trader work? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the actual trading or just everything put together? All right. Way better. My legs are about to give out from underneath me. I don't know why the camera looks a little blurry too. Even my desk goes up, guys. All right, let's take a look at this AYX, right? AYX. All right, we'll go to the weekly. Ugh, ugh, gross. You got a really boring trend here after what was a ton of volatile. This may be a ton of volatile price action. This could be an accumulation phase. Um, 4250, right? That's going to be that base bottom support. Or 4225, excuse me, that's your current bottom support. If you go back, look historically, this was where you bounced previously. That's 40 right there. Take a look. So across the board. So if you're looking at AYT or AYX, anything below 4282 candle close, I would go ahead and looking at trend. I would be looking at $33, you know, depending on the timing there. And then to the upside, you know, it's the same thing there. You can go back, look at this historical wall right there. That's 62.13. If this is a healthcare stock, then it could do that. But that would be a confluence with its downtrend as well. So, mm-hmm. Um, yeah, well, guys, we're live on YouTube. Cosm is dead. Cosm is dead. All right, Disney. So I talked about this one today. Somebody asked me, or it may have been this morning actually. But this one broke my low right here. So, like I said on Apple and other stocks, you want to continue moving to the downside based on trend. We could be in for our biggest drop yet and be looking at a price target of $75, depending on how hard our move down is. But that being said, you know, nothing is straight, nothing is just automatic. So we could end up if we do end up reclaiming that, we're in for some tough trading conditions as Disney will likely go back and retest 90.88. But to the downside, I have to go even further to the weekly in order to start placing price targets. 84.30 and $81 are the only two price targets. Of course, $80 is a psychological mark. Of course, I don't need to remind you of that level, but right here you guys can see the 83.75 being a highly respectable level there. So, all right, QQQ. So I talked about this one last week, and I've talked many times about the support that must be held. Right now, that is 270. Obviously, we closed just below at 269. This is still could be counted as you're still in range. You can still bounce. But right now, I should move this down a little bit right here. So if you're looking to continue downside, obviously the previous lows or 253.50 for the Qs, and that's if we're in for a fucking heater, in my opinion, if we do drop off of this rejection. You got a really nice rejection candle. You're currently sitting at that support, and right now it looks like 252.25 and 250 are kind of magnets there to the downside. I've also got support on the Qs, right? We found a confluence. So shit, man, we're getting really close to starting to trend down here hard, or potentially see a really significant leg down, being the fact that we have seen those interest, seen the Fed had enough FOMCs. The general consensus right now is bearish, and even the Christmas rally is, speculating, or people are speculating that that is likely not going to happen. So with that being said, you've got a big rejection off of downtrend. I would want to see a candle close below 262 in order to go hit that target of 253.50. And from there, I would kind of be looking for a bounce or some sort of skid. So now below it, the first price target to the downside is going to be 245 or 244.60. Oh, dude, iBio. Oh my God, I made a lot of money and lost a lot of money on iBio. That's actually one of the penny stocks. No, sir. E, mm, yeah, I don't really have anything for that, my guy. Um, it is incredibly oversold. I would maybe go look at short volume. Short volume is not even that high. Nobody just wants to buy it, so I would be looking at like institutional ownership, insider buying. That's the kind of stuff that would lead me into that. There are gaps to the upside, so iBio shit. I mean, it's cheap. Uh, you could scoop some iBio up. I mean, maybe write it down, and if you see some a good reason to maybe throw a little bit in there, there are gaps all the way at $5. Who the fuck knows what it could get bought out. It's at pennies right now. So all right, let's take a look at SPY. So, like its counterpart on the Qs, look at that. I haven't even looked at it since this morning. That bottom of that red zone, that's 320, 378, right? Oh five. Looking back in price action, or looking back to past price action, typically underneath the 278.45 level, the immediate level down is going to be around 270, and that's what I would be calling for if we did see a candle close. And I would even say that today's low would possibly be a good entry for that exact mark. So, Cosmos had a reverse split, but it's probably just dumping forever. Forever and ever, never to return. No CCL earnings play for me. Uh, yeah, I'm not really super stoked about that chart. Oh, my bad. Oh no, I didn't get it. I got it. MRK. My bad. I didn't mean to meet that or mix that. Ooh, Merc. Lower time frame. Well, I got to start with the weekly. Yeah, I feel weird. I think my daughter got me sick. Not sick, but I caught whatever little bug she's got. Um, So here's the cool thing. You do have a candle open below this mark, but that just may mark where this zone, is in its entirety. And that's 107.66. 107.66, I would say below that mark. You have a major imbalance down to 103. Look at the weekly. That just looks like it needs some profit taking. I'm not going to lie to you. Typically, when you make a nice rush up, you sit in range, and that can last, forever. I mean, here, if you ended up taking a short, you can't stay in that very long. Um, but you do go and retest these levels here. So there's a possibility that you see a big jerk down on MRK. But at the moment on the daily, it's pretty overbought. Oh, excuse me. Pretty overbought, and you got a lot more profit taking, I think, on higher volume selling candles than you do buying. So how much do you put in live trading these stocks? Um, Depends, but I'm usually in, at the most like a $5,000 to $6,000 position if I'm going hard. And I could be legging into two or three contracts or something. So yeah, this is a clean chart. The reason being is, yeah, if you open up a candle, even below 106, there's a couple different entries here. There's a clean price target down here to the downside. So, all right, we're gonna keep the trading. Yes, they do trading paternity. What about them? Yes, who does? I don't know what you're talking about. Fill me in. All right, let's take a look at SQ. I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. I think I drank way too much coffee today. Crashing. Huh. That's like magic every single time, isn't it? It is. So here we are, right? We're going to ignore trend. And the area that we have been so desperately trying to hold, we've been chopping around. And this is kind of where, yeah, I like to go out to the weekly and go and take a look at where we're at in the grand scheme of things. So we've already bounced off of this $52 level, which if you look at SQ in its first pullback, that was one of its major pullback levels. And that's been retested a couple of times since then. And you've seen a lot of price action fluctuating underneath it. But typically, when a candle closes or we see a move down below that $50 mark, it looks like the floor is 33.50. And that's where I would speculate SQ going, which is just kind of hard to believe at this point. Because yeah, I mean, you were around $15, so 20 being back at 23 is not, but I mean, that is a fucking huge reversal. I mean, absolutely atrocious. So, um, trading for 30, I don't know what you're talking about. If you want to elaborate on that comment. Um, yeah, Jazz, if here, you can go and look at the Discord. Oh wait, you're not in the Discord, are you? I'll take a look at it in a minute. So anyway, right now volume is declining here a little bit. I would say that you might just be range bound here for quite some time. To be honest with you, let me go take a look at one more thing before I move on. I like it. I like it a lot. So here's the deal. I mean, this thing could go to fucking pennies, based on this trend, or if you can get your ass above $81, or back up above 85, you might have a great buying opportunity, and you could even see SQ back in the 120s. So, but lower time frame on SQ will go down to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour right now looks like has this standard deviation channel as well. My daughter's snoring. Hold on one second. Dude, I do not know how kids be covering their faces while they're sleeping. Like just under the blankets, dude. I'll suffocate. All right. So lower time frame, check it out. 1, 2 bounces right here, right? 3, obviously we get a build above that. 4. So right now I'd be looking for 59.75 for a move down to 56.83. That is a possible double top. And then the bottom and with the target. So if I was to take a trade, here's what I would contemplate on SQ. I would be trying to use $60 or trying to use 59.85 as a stop loss, and I would be targeting the whole thing all the way down to $52, probably pretty freaking long. But in the same breath, you could be at support, and any rebound back up above 62.85 on SQ, and I think that would mark your reversal. So where do I start learning again? I have some good spots in my Discord, but feel free to DM me, seek out whatever it is that you need, and I can refer you. There are other creators. There's also just other content that I can push you in the direction of. So what do I think about? Oh, I didn't even see SPX. Yeah, I'll look at it. Yo. All right, so I got to go back to TrendSpider for this one, but I remember it's been a long time since I've been on this chart. Yo, get out of here, dude. All right, so check it out. This is the floor. SPX is 39.28. You cruised below that. You filled a gap today, and that gap is pretty close to the 37.88. 37.88, anywhere below 37.88, and my immediate instinct is to be watching 37.35, and honestly, this is a downtrend rejection. At that point, I would be looking for SPX to make new lows around 3,400. So, listen, guys, when I do analysis, I'm always giving you both sides of the coin, and typically the least likely the first, right? I'm going to give you the most likely last, but least likely, we need to know where triggers are at. I'm always going to do that because that's how I trade, by acknowledging both. So I can have all the thoughts that I want, but that's not how we're making money. But Matthew, I absolutely agree with you, man. 3,400, great price target. So you're obviously in line. You've got a good target on that bad boy too. I did do Apple. It's on YouTube. Or yeah, you can go check YouTube. There's 76 of you guys. If you have any recap questions or any charts that you want to go over that I've done, you can go and do that now, or do that on YouTube. So. All right, we're gonna do a couple more here, guys, and then I'm gonna go night night. I am absolutely beat. Today was a good day, but I'm toasted. So here we go. NVIDIA. Cute. We had an absolutely phenomenal day here, but this is kind of the content of the characters that are in his chat. Very petty, very cult, easily like just. I heard one guy say today because somebody told me to go send him go watch his clips, and he was like, "I've never looked at any other person. I've never watched any other videos," and I'm like, "You're proud of that? You're proud that you haven't gone and explored and looked at everybody and tried to compare and contrast and see who's bullshitting and who's not? Hell yeah, dude. You guys should be fucking critiquing my ass just as much. But people see shiny shit and they fucking settle with it. So, again, if you want to learn how to be your own trader and be independent, then this is the place for you. If you want to have another man babysit you for the rest of life, you got it. Are we frozen? Oh no, we're not. My other phone is frozen. So Nvidia, I've been talking about this one for a while, and I told you guys that it's not quite out of the woods. We're not there yet. My thoughts on Nvidia at the moment are: A, we fell back underneath downtrend after what appeared to be a fake out. B, we have a pretty freaking bearish setup. C, we have broken our uptrend, right? So we have a slurry of things all collecting or collectively all at once combining to potentially give us or be giving us that reversal that we're looking for. But what we do know is that we're closed, or today we closed around 162, which is the median. Not frozen anymore. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta pause it. Sorry, I got a phone call. All right, we're good. Okay, so anyway, finish this up real quick. Like the bottom, or where Nvidia really turns sour, where truly things break down, is 150, 450, and that's where we would be looking to target potentially the gap at 141.75, and we could be looking for new lows on Nvidia. Now, that doesn't exclude Nvidia from potentially using all of this area right here to continue to consolidate. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled, but right now this is looking pretty top heavy. Um, all right. So lower time frame, hourly time frame. Ignore all this. It's old chart levels. So right here, and I need to clean this up just a little bit because it's really, really right there. So take a look at that. That is 160, 160. Today we were also tracking the potential wedge, lower time frame. It looks like it's building a wedge. To the downside, right now I have a target of 158.85. That is our trend from our lows. But other than that, if we're looking for continuation or any moves to the upside, just to give it to you straightforward, Nvidia would have to climb back up above 166.20. Have to. And that's literally would just be the start. And then to the downside, right now I am watching Nvidia triggers below 159.85 to lead us down to 156, and potentially if I short, or if this is the short, Nvidia's target is 138.68. That is a gap fill to the downside, as well as you can get a little bit of supply and demand out of that if you want, but that's just my key level. So dude's about to go full Kramer, sell, sell, sell. Next one is Docu. Not to be petty, but what I was talking about with the what is that stock I just SoFi. Coach CWC bought SoFi, and he came into my live, and I told him I was short on it, and he told me that he was buying like $100,000 of it, and I was like, nice, and that shit just dropped, and then he just disappeared. So yeah, I don't know. That's how I met him. Um, Cat, yeah. Let me do Docky really quick. Right now, Docky looks like it's got a falling wedge right here. Let's go to the weekly. I haven't looked at Docky before on Trend Spider. Ooh, damn. That's kind of ugly. I'm gonna go down to the daily because I want to see trend. Ooh, that is not good for DocuSign anyway. Money, 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 money. This could be a great place to short Docu, or this could be a pivotal area where trend, at least on the lower time frame, is broken. And so, kind of, here's my diagnosis here at the moment. Um, Rather than focusing on where we're at, let's focus on where we don't want to go. And where we don't want to go is actually where we retested today. So right here, and we'll turn that red. All right, so check that out. DocuSign, you got a really, really clean rejection, a break right there, candle close just above that level. You gap up, you have pulled back to fill that gap, and you are now retesting. I just moved this on accident, but you did hit downtrend on the standard deviation. So again, if you pull back under, and I would say 51.75 is a surefire bet to potentially move back into the 49.75 and into the gap at 43. So Docu looks like it might die, but it has a bull flag, which makes me feel that way even more. So watch for death, potentially, maybe. I think so. Sweet. Excuse me. Liquid death. You'll be on for power hour? Cool. Huh? No, I don't like Amazon quite yet, Mark Deuce. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I already done Apple. Apple is on YouTube. A lot of you guys are asking for Apple. Tesla, done that one as well. Cat, haven't done that one. Oh, MBD. Yo. Ooh. Sorry, sometimes I see people. So one of the biggest mistakes traders, I say this because I watched it happen on FinTwit. I'm not going to say any names, but I know of a. I don't have anything against them or anything. I just watch, or see their plays come up. But they were shorting Cat, and I was looking at it. I was like, hey, that's pretty gnarly. We got a bunch of rejections up at the top, but Cat doesn't fucking play, and Cat got an upgrade, and Cat loves price target upgrades. So if you ever want to get smoked, be on the wrong side of a price up target upgrade for Cat. But what Cat is giving you is the cleanest levels no demand, right? You've got incredibly clean levels: 225.50 and 239.75. Excuse me. The median, the median is where you're at right now. You have a gap to fill to the downside and a level of 219.40 if you're heading down, and potentially all the way down to 199.71. And then to the upside, right? You've got the psychological number of 240 and 241 right there. But then if you step out here to the weekly, sorry guys, my shoulder. Cosm, Cosm is dead, boys. I would say that Cat is really bullish. I don't know why anybody would short it. You know, if you look at the weekly, I might even tweet that out. Yeah, if you want to get smoked, chase Tesla 100%. All right, folks. I'll look at MDB really quick. What's that? Mondongo. Another standard deviation gem, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Um, so simple. So beautiful. So really, upside looks not great. Downside, MDB 176.21. Underneath that, you're likely to go to 143. If you do continue trending down or you see a drop under that standard deviation, who knows? 45. You've got a perfect head and shoulders and a downtrend to beat it. And right now, it looks as if you're going for a retest of that head and shoulder bottom, which can outstretch into the 270s. But watch for a potentially historical short. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that shit down on one of my mini. Oh, my daughter got a hold of my sticky notepad. They're everywhere. Haven't learned SD. Notice how he isn't talking about coach? I've been talking about him the whole time. If you just hopped in here, no, I've been talking and going to continue to, but no, I haven't stopped. I love how people just like hop in and then they just develop their own opinion based off of 5 seconds. They're like, oh yeah, look, my narrative is totally right. Let me just, oh, touch myself. McFlurry trades. Um, no, I have two children and a fiance. I'm very much not single. No, I don't do penny stocks. So upside right now, 170, 130. Downside is really fucking could be a big one right there. I don't know. Coach some fucking Humpty Dumpty dude who sells fucking basic information for fucking $70. You know what's funny is he talked about me today and then went right into his pitch for people. Like there's so many paywalls. Like you can either like join his chat and you get the videos for free. So it's like if you want to learn basic information, he's forcing you to become a member. It's fucking super manipulative. So dude sucks. Um No, McFlurry trades. I just want to know. It is a Monday night, and you're in another chat, sticking up for a grown man who's not, unless he's here with us, and if he is, hi, coach. Um, but yeah, what do you do? Sticking up for another man. That's the weird part. You know what I mean? You don't even know this guy. I don't really care if you lost respect for me in McFlurry trades. You could take that and shove it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to help people learn and to give them a better chance to get into this market without being taken advantage of motherfuckers who want to literally, like, when you're first getting into trading, you're excited and you want to learn and you're eager and you see somebody and you feel like you can trust them and you act trustworthy, right? Thinking our veterans in our fucking police department, even though you're talking to the entire world, whatever, very nice, but all these very sweet things. I'm sorry. So anyway, Mondongo 141.61. I could see a historical short on that stock. I would definitely go look at the fundamentals on that and start to come up with a biased, right? Or not a, excuse me, not a biased, but a setup. So yeah, I'm just here to teach, dude, and for free. So, you know what I actually thought about? Hold on, time out. You know what I thought about doing? So, it's not illegal. I already looked it up. I could go, hey, I'm supporting coach. I could go and buy his call and put video and then share it, right? And do like a trader reacts and see what if there's a difference between his videos and the free ones. You know what I mean? Because at that point, I feel like if you dive deep inside of you, you would think a nice human wouldn't sell this to me. Excited to start working with you too, John, man. All right, guys. If you guys have any questions, concerns, educational questions, trade ideas, charts, pictures of a dog or a cat, I like those sometimes. Gains, those are cool. Not your body, preferably your trading account. Feel free to DM those anytime. I'd love to take a look at them. But you guys have a wonderful night. I'll be on bright and early. So let's start the day that we, the same way that we started today, right? I'm gonna leave you guys with this, right? John, or one of my, he just commented on here. We talked about this, and I don't really think about, kind of how people take my words, but he said it today. Like, after listening to me, even this morning, a couple things went wrong, and he chose not to react to those situations, which is something that we carry into that trading day, right? So tomorrow morning, it doesn't matter how the day starts. When you step to the trading desk, it matters what you're bringing to the table. So tonight, set up your plan, right? If it's not the right plan, then it needs fixing. Every single time that you try to do it on your own, you're one step closer to doing it on your own. But only every single time you take something from somebody else or you FOMO into something, you are either stagnant or you are falling behind. And you're basing over your now neurological reward system. The entire complex is now built around either A, taking signals, or B, panicking. So time for tomorrow should be around. I've got kids and they're on Christmas break, so I like to try and be early, so I'd say 8 o'clock, but I wouldn't be. I would say 7:45, 7:30 is typically when I like to be up and on the computer. So, um, but anyway, yeah. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys on. I know. I apologize. I know that there probably is like you probably don't want to hear me bitch but this is just what I do. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. YouTube, peace out. Bye bye, YouTube.